I came across this story today on TikTok. And speaking of TikTok, it involves this young lady by the name of Eve Slayton. She talks about this particular story in which she was asked out on a date with some guy. I'm not sure who asked who out, but then it came time to pay for the bill. And it gets a little tricky at this part, and I'm going to let her explain what happened.
Men are so funny, I swear to God. So I went on a date with this guy, and when the check came, he asked me to split the check with him. To which I responded, yeah, sure, of course. And he was like, you don't mind? And I was like, no, of course not. Like, why would I mind? Like, I don't care. So we split the check, which was fine. And then we had a great rest of the evening, and then he dropped me off at home. But tell me why the next day he was like, why are you being distant? Why are you ghosting me? Like, why are you not texting me back? Sir. Like, what? Baby, I don't know how to tell you this. I'm not going to be the one to tell you it, but someone needs to tell this man.
All right. So she's no longer interested in the guy because he didn't pay the bill. Now it's clear that he asked her, how does she feel about 50-50? She said no, she didn't have a problem. She went along with the date, but then after that, it turned her off. Now, a guy who didn't know about the entire situation, he goes by the name of Defund Simping. He had this to say about the situation.
Fellas, come on. You can't be falling for the easiest trick in the book. These girls are pump faking you to see if you'll take the bait. Fellas, I get it. If women are saying no more gender roles, 50-50, don't fold. They still want you to be traditional. They don't want to be traditional. So you have to keep doing the same shit that our grandparents did. And that's get the bill. Now, if you asked her out, take care of it. If she asked you out, you better go Dutch. I just don't want you guys to finally get on a date. A girl goes, oh, I'll pay. You go, okay, bet. Put that card down, independent woman, and then you never see her again. So fellas, don't fall for it. If you ask her out, just take care of her.
All right, so you heard what he had to say. I think that's sort of fair enough, right? If she's interested in the guy, she's looking for the guy to be a man. But guys, something is a little bit wrong with Eve Slayton, all right? Why? Because Eve Slayton has a history of friend zoning guys, all right? How do we know this? Well, there was another video that kind of exposed the things that she does to guys, right? And she has a history. Like if you look at this message right here, okay? She has a history of going out with guys and making her male friends pay. Like she says this, same, my guy friends never let me pay. I only split with my girlfriends, AKA besties. That's what she's saying, right? That's crazy. So you're used to friend zoning guys. And then let me just say this. Here, this other clip of her discussing how she does it is just mind boggling. Dima, play that clip.
Question for TikTok. I went on 2 dates with this guy and we grabbed dinner and drinks. For our third date, he asked if he could take me out for my birthday because it was around that time. And again, he took me for dinner and drinks. I'm like, maybe he's not interested because he didn't get me flowers or anything. My roommate's like, well, maybe for him that is the special thing is dinner and drinks, but I'm like, what makes it special?
And sadly, I think this is so true. I think so many guys who are friend zoned get overlooked. And once you're in the friend zone, it is very hard to get out. And so many guys that are in the friend zone would make such a good boyfriend. But again, once you get in that friend zone, it is so hard to get out. So ladies, if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, where are all the good men? You're probably friends with them.
All right. So guys, that is what, the late great Kevin Samuels referred to as modern women. Let me kind of talk about that because it's very interesting. She's in the car with another guy I would quote unquote see as a friend. She's talking about it publicly, how guys spend money on her, take her to dinner, buy her flowers, when you're not interested in any of these guys. So kind of let's rewind, Dima. So let's go back to why the guy split 50-50. Want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because the guy is not going to invest his money into somebody who's not going to take him serious, who doesn't want to take him serious. See, it's a lose-lose situation. And how do I know this? Because number one, you have two options here. If he's the guy that will spend his money, listen to what I'm about to say. You go to dinner, you spend your money. The likelihood is you're going to be friend zoned. All right. You're going to be friend zoned because every other guy does that. Now I can understand the first guy's point. Shout out to Defund Simping. I can understand that because he's saying like, hey, you know, if you ask her out, she's looking for you to be the man and all of that, but she's a pretty girl. So obviously a lot of guys are going to be trying to talk to her, but she's not really interested in anybody. She has guy friends, quote unquote, like friend zone guys. All right. And you know, these girls don't really care about the guy at all. And so the guy is smart because he's like, look, I'm not going to spend my money on you until I know that you really like me. And to be honest, after seeing how she's carried out, I don't blame them. You know how many times guys are just, you know, really thirsty of spending money on women who are not genuinely interested in you. And so the relationship wasn't going to go anywhere if you paid. It's going to go nowhere if you go 50-50. So then at the least, I might as well get my money and just have the date if it's not going to go anywhere at all. And so why is the guy doing 50-50? Because he's tired of paying for dates where women are not interested. Because if she really wants to be there, she won't have a problem with it. Now, let me just say this, okay? What the gentleman did was interesting. He actually asked her, he said, listen, are you okay with us going 50-50? This is a qualifying question. All she had to do was say no, okay? Say no. If you don't like it, just say no. She didn't say no. So the guy reached out to her and texted her and she didn't say no. So she's upset with the guy. But here's something that I want to talk to you guys about, right? Most of you guys are not missing anything when you're going through this crap. Like, seriously, what are you missing? You're not missing anything. Oh man, I really messed that up. Just think about a lot of the ladies you dealt with in your life. You know, man, I messed that opportunity up, bro. I really screwed it up. No, you didn't, bro. You didn't mess it up. It's like most of the times, listen, you were wasting your time. You know what I mean? If you really understood how many dudes that a lot of ladies have that fix their, you know, bicycles or, you know, bring them dinners and all of that. Look, if a woman wants to be with you, she should compete for your time. She should compete for you to come back. You shouldn't be just the one competing for her all the time, especially when you have a lot to offer. Maybe the guy's a lot to offer. There are a lot of rich guys who do that. Like, hey, you know, I want to see what you're made of first before I spend my money, before I invest. And if women don't want to qualify themselves in that matter, they're going to miss out because a lot of guys are not dumb. Like, there's articles going on the internet. Maybe we can post one, like the dinner whores of New York, right? These chicks that are basically, you know, this is a right there on 2013. They talk about a lady who was a fashionista dinner whore. She was hungry. She would go out just to eat, just to get free dinners. Doesn't even care. Like restaurants that they can't even afford themselves. I say, hey, if you feel like they're not interested, make them pay. They don't want to talk to you, it's their loss. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.